hope it's working. I don't think it is. I don't think I'm live. Wait a minute. I think it dropped it. How can I tell? Okay, I think it is live streaming because, hang on. It, okay. Sorry, you guys, I'm not very good at this. It might not work, and then I'll just have to re-say this next week because it's an interesting topic. What we're going to talk about this week. Hi, I'm Jane. This is Office Hours. And this week, I want to point out something that I think that is being overlooked. I don't think it, I know it's being overlooked. And understanding it, it's sort of a, I don't know if it's a doctrine or a principle, but it's present in all the wonderful instruction from our dead teachers. All of them talk about it. Old men talk about it, and they use this term. I use it too, but anyway, what it is, I'm going to see if you guys can hear this thing that I'm talking about. I'm going to read, this is from Saumur, section 14. All possible movements and all gaits are derived from these four elementary actions, and it is necessary that they be taught as soon as the four elementary actions are go, turn right, turn left, stop. All possible movements and all gaits are derived from these four elementary actions, and it is necessary that they be taught as soon as practicable and separately before they are associated in producing combined effects. Now, I'm going to show you guys a famous page that everyone has probably thought, oh no, and it's a terrible page that we all sort of have to pay attention to, but it's horrible. So this is that table in Ft.Riley in France that explains all the 5 effects of the rein. Now listen to this. Listen to this. He's trained his horse to perfection if he has brought the 2 forces that are based in the hindquarters, thrust and carrying power, to their greatest development and is able to weigh their effects and their ratio to one another precisely and at will. What word was present in all 3 examples? If you have a good ear and pay attention, you know that it was the word effects. And so that's the topic that I just wanted to bring up today, so that as you're proceeding in learning the instructions from the dead men, that are the only legitimate instructions and that we conform to, you will keep an eye and an ear out for this idea of effects. And it's also all through all of them. It's in Podhajsky also. They use that word and that term and that idea, especially of we combine effect. For example, with the aids, we don't combine the aids, we combine the effects, their effects. That's how Baudin or Saumur, I'm not sure where it originated, with the man or with the institution, leg without hand, hand without leg. we combine the effect of the leg with the effect of the hand. We don't combine the leg and the hand. That's a big idea if you think about it. We combine effects, and all of the natural aids as a sort of language, as an actual language, plus the actions of riding, which are most essentially go, turn, stop, or carry on. I like to have that one in there too, because continuing as is an important idea. So those are the actions. The natural aids are the aids. We combine these effects from these things. So, okay, the natural aids, there's voice, seat, leg, hand, and the way that the seat can be bilateral or right side, left side, blah, 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 leg at the girth, leg behind the girth, right leg, left leg, both legs at the girth, blah, blah. The basic combinations of all the natural aids are not that many. I think in total it's either 24 or 26. I had it written, I counted it out one time and I don't remember. And of course, these 4 essential actions are go, turn, stop, carry on. That doesn't seem like that many tools if we're going to talk about an infinite language. Schumacher said it very well. Yeah, Val, there are only 8 notes in music. So we have even more elements to start with in the language of equitation than the 8 basic notes in music. And we can come, the way that these ideas, because they are ideas, we train ideas and language to the horses. That is how you educate the mind of a horse. He's learning ideas and he is associating ideas. That means he is intellectual. Anyway, with these actions and natural aids, there is who knows how many combinations of effects there are. And see, when we combine the effects and not the things themselves, then they stay clean. We tune you see, it's like we don't like all our hands down on the piano keys. That untunes everything is played separately, but we can combine the sounds from the piano strings being hit by the little felt things. And that makes the sound that we hear. That is an effect. The sound is an effect. It's not, we combine the effects, the ideas and the language that we train into the writing, we combine their effects, not the things themselves. And I'm really going to stop with that because I hope it gives you an idea that you can pay attention to it in your riding, because we all got to ride leg without, right? Hand without, leg without hand, hand without leg, and not have clashing aids or contradictory aids. But it's not like leg, hand, go, stop. It's let's get some going. Now let's add a little sound, like a little effect of restraint over that. We combine effects. The rein actions are effects. These are effects. So it's independent. We keep all of these things separate. Even said it. Saumur says it. We teach these separately so that later we can combine their effects. That's really $1 million riding lesson right there. Keep your eye open when you're studying the dead master's instructions. Masters plural, never just one, all of them. Keep your eyes peeled for their use of the idea of effect.